A Business Tone and Spirit Guide. Chapter 1. Business Tone and Spirit. Business Tone. Treat your workers good, your customers like guests, and act like a regular guy. Profit is a byproduct of doing good things. Helping others is a good thing. Making money while helping others is fine. Having fun and making money while helping others is great. The tone you set about yourself at work determines how people will treat you. If you're noble, moral and elitist in the high standard sense without being cold about it, people will treat you with a bit of dignity. If you're regular Joe making the occasional lewd remark, people will treat as another generic, average redneck. Above all, the one thing everybody wants is sincere loyalty to the company, the boss, and the workers. Act like you really give a damn and will fight for the company and its workers to be the best at what it does, and you will be in. Elitism is not about being snobby for its own sake to feel that you're superior to everyone else. It's setting a standard for yourself out in the world that life is more than just earning a paycheck, that you want to be the best you can be, that when people talk to you, they don't treat you like Joe Schmoo, throwing bull and idle chatter in your face, that they respect you enough to talk to you on a substantial level. The elitists are the winners in any company providing you've got the substance to back it up. If you're a serious person there to do a serious job, don't compromise. Set your standards high and keep them there. Just because one of the plebeies gives you a crack sometimes about being snob is irrelevant. You know who you are, set that standard, live by it, and expect competency and effort from your workers. Make it clear to them that if they can't do the job, there are many more who can. You don't have to tolerate average. If your plan is to succeed, then you'd better love what you do as the main thrust of your work, be meticulous enough to do the draggy parts of your work, and be in there slugging away when you have to. Losers or average guys are the ones looking at the clock who can't wait to leave on Friday afternoon to go fishing or play golf. You, the winner, are in there working Friday night if you must, and even Saturday and Sunday. Know what you want and eliminate all the garbage. If you want to be successful in business and love your work, then work is more enjoyable and important than watching TV or going to the local football game. You pay the price of success by working hard, but it's not work because you love what you do. Blind ambition is rolling over anyone to get what you want. Healthy ambition is to try to develop a successful company to earn the money and the status, but more importantly, it's an inner feeling to do a job very well, to accomplish something worthy in the world that actually helps people live better lives in some way. After all the diatribe I've checked out in the business realm, including scanning the biographies of at least 200 CEOs in one of them who's who type of books, where they were each interviewed with a set of profound questions, this is the one common trait among virtually all of them. Sure, there's some ego there, they're only human, but the more successful people get, generally, the better they feel and the more humble and benevolent, because they've done what they wanted to do. They have nothing to prove to anyone. They can be who they are and focus on the job at hand as artisans of whatever business they happen to be in. Even if you are elitist and attach a high standard of conduct to yourself, be wary of being the know-it-all or talking at your workers instead of to them. An obvious egotistical, narcissistic, superior personality doesn't get respect from anybody, while an egotist who works his butt off, encourages people to do the same, helps them as long as their trying is all right because he's got a standard of work, he's not just doing it for ego's sake. The problem with humor is that the canned laughter you see in sitcoms or the polished performances of professional comedians rarely work in the real world. I've seen many attempts at humor fail because everybody is not on the same wavelength as the pop culture crap on TV, and also because the implicit assumption is that business is business. If you want to be a comedian, go to Yuck Yucks or Ha-Has. My attitude is straight, man. That way people know where I'm coming from. I'm consistent all the time. It doesn't mean that I'm seriously serious, I'm generally very easygoing, but at the same time I'm functional. I talk to you to communicate a functional message. I don't try to make a stupid joke or even bother talking about mundane social things much when in the office. I can and do occasionally, but I'm there to work, and that's the aura or tone I want to give off about myself. Most humor is done by either insecure people or angry people trying to use humor to express the anger. I hate being around these types of people. They say great people talk about ideas. While at work, talk to me about production and business. I don't want to hear about the football game or what Joe Schmo did at the bar last night. The best way to avoid gossip and rumor is don't engage in it in yourself. Like I already said, business is for business. If you want to talk gossip, go work for a television network or People magazine, but don't get in my face with something I have no interest in, the personal lives of others. I'm here to do a job, then I live and do what I want. My life is infinitely more interesting to me than the life of Joe Schmo or some so-called celebrity on the cover of Vanity Fair, so don't talk to me about that frivolous crap. If you love your job but hate some parts of it like business travel, shut up, grin and bear it. Feel privileged to be doing what you're doing and take the good with the bad. It's not about clothes, it's about what's inside that counts, but wear the generic business pants, shirt, and tie to show that you're conformist enough to play the game to some extent. If you come in like Columbo, the shabbily dressed TV detective, people will take you less seriously than if you try to dress neatly. Generic neat is better than style and flair. In surveys on business abilities based on dress, people consistently rated the stylish ones as the slackers, the ones not as serious as the generically dressed ones. They assume that if you have time to be stylish, it means you're not working your butt off. Rather than deal in bureaucracy and memos, be straight with people. Talk to them one-on-one rather than sending a memo. Don't culture an aura of fear about yourself, culture an aura of a straight shooter, a common man in a leadership role. Talk to your workers head on, be down there with them sometimes, but don't be watching over their shoulders. Keep your office door open and invite anyone in to talk whenever they want about anything. Don't act like God ever. You're a human being trying to do a good job. That's it. Keep that thought to stay humble. Try not to be angry, but if you must, do it. Say what you have to say, attacking current performance, not attacking the individual's personality. After your outburst, don't apologize. You've done it, that's where you stand, that's it. It's the same with firing. If you've got a dud, be real with him. Take him to your office when nobody else is around at the end of the day, tell him you don't think he's pulling enough weight, and tell him you will give him a month to either shape or ship out. Give him his formal warning in writing. Don't believe in the hype and snickering potshots about you. Don't listen to any of it. Continue to be who you are. If you're at work, an office romance is fine if the intent could possibly be marriage, but keep it private. Don't show it while at work even if everybody knows about. If you're married and going out with the secretary, that's ripe for trouble when she realizes you're not going to divorce your wife and marry her. If you're a single guy looking for a fling, why bother? Most girls want marriage. If you're the boss, your flings at work will just cheapen you. If you do it, be discreet. Your secretary is supposed to be your eyes, ears, and legs. If she's good, she will help you, so treat her well. If you don't really get along with her, get rid of her somehow. Find somebody who you relate to, who knows what you want and can cover for you in any situation. Try not to fight with your boss, contemporaries, or your workers. It's bad for everything. Try to just focus on doing a good job and forget the rest. Get rid of bad seeds. There will be battles and wars. Try to minimize them, then forget about them, or at least act like you do and focus only on work, the business at hand. All the business literature says if you gotta fight, even if you're a good guy, make it intense, violent, and brutal as possible. A half-assed fight doesn't prove anything. You have to show you mean business even if he's bigger and stronger than you. You have to show you're no pushover, that you will fight if you must. Even though you're the independent, serious one, the brown-noser is a good ally because he's serious too, even though with him it's for a different reason, ambition for its own sake. You're the serious artist and technician of business, but you both want to do a good job, so befriend the brown-nosers because you can help each other. If your subordinates act like assholes, you can correct them quietly in private several times, but if they're still assholes, then they are truly assholes trying to test and toy with you. Tell them point blank you don't have time for their trivial bull, either shape up or get out. Work is not a place for new age concepts of loving your fellow man or trying to win a popularity contest. If they can't be serious about doing the job, fuck 'em. Show them the door. There are hundreds more looking for a job. You don't need it. This is why I don't mess with people too much by getting too personal with them at work. I'm functional, that's my tone. I'm there to do a job. My personal life is interesting enough to me that I don't want to know yours, and I don't particularly care to explain mine to anyone, so let's keep it on doing something great and that's it. It's not really keeping a professional distance with me. It's not something I'm conscious about like some brown-nosers worrying about appearing manager-like. I'm just straight, direct, and blunt. I will talk to you real, man to man or man to woman, and expect you to give me a simple straight answer, then give worthy effort at whatever it is you do. I don't expect to suck all the sweat from your body, I just expect a reasonable expenditure of effort. If you work for a bastard, grin and bear it for a while, but if he or she are too much bastard or bitch, why bother? Get out. You're strong enough to succeed elsewhere. Try not to compare yourself with others based on position, salary, perks, parking spot location, etc. Don't show jealousy when your contemporary gets the promotion and you don't. Just keep doing a good job. If you're not happy, you can always leave and go get a shot elsewhere. When you go to company social functions, save your partying for elsewhere. You're there to make an appearance, nod at a few people, talk to workers enough such that they see you're alright, then leave. If you don't like social functions, don't go. On the other hand, don't party hard to try to prove you're cool. If you're a drunk and a cokehead off the job, keep it home. Don't do it at the company party unless you're just one of the generic workers who doesn't give a damn anyway. Good managers and workers are often good hedonists, but they don't let their primal energy out at the company ball. That's still part of business, keep it that way. You can always let loose at the cross-dressing bar you're a regular at because that's where it's appropriate, away from work. If you have an expense account, don't abuse it. As long as you be yourself, give it worthy, intense effort, don't gossip about people, don't scheme against people, just do your job well. You can walk around without fear, holding your head up high because you know you're doing as good a job as anyone can. Business spirit. It's easy to make money. It's a lot harder to help people better their lives. You are not here merely to make a living. You are here to enable the world to live more amply, with greater vision, with a finer spirit of hope and achievement. You are here to enrich the world, and you impoverish yourself if you forget the errand. Woodrow Wilson. People care about you as much as they sense you care about them. The pursuit of material success is fine, but combine it with a spiritual lifestyle. A positive, spiritually uplifting workplace atmosphere comes from respect, empathy, and enthusiasm. Business spirit comes from a sense of family within an organization, how civil the players treat one another, to what extent are they friends rather than just co-workers, how much are they involved in each other's lives personally after the shift ends, how much do they talk about their families and outside lives with each other, and how much does each side help each other out beyond the call of duty. Will the workers stay when the delivery truck is 6 hours late and produce the goods until late into the night? Does the boss share some of his good fortune with the workers by giving them breaks and good Christmas bonuses? There was a story in the media which I can't remember the exact details of, but a textile factory burned down in New England somewhere. The owner, who was quite wealthy from his textile factory, realized he didn't really need all this money he had amassed, so he kept all his employees on the payroll while he rebuilt the company, and he didn't have to rebuild. He could have taken the insurance money and ran, but he didn't. This is not only what strikes a balance between being in business for profit and doing the right thing spiritually and morally, it also defines something people go crazy for, somebody out in the world who actually gives a damn about them over and above their family. If you can do this in the corporate sense with your employees, you will have plenty of inspired people working for you. In this book, I have been a funnel of sorts for the conventional world's knowledge about business, and as a result some of it seems like a dry textbook, but when it comes right down to it, the most successful companies are those with that homey, family-like, caring feeling away from all the rules and regulations, because in a truly good, spiritually inspired company, the people are acting out of a sense of goodness and honor from within themselves. They don't really need rules and regulations much because they all feel good about their lives, feel good about the company, and strive to do their best for it. Do you really and truly care about your workers? Do you truly care about the company you work for? Regardless of which side you're on, this is what a truly successful company comes down to beyond the dollars and cents. Money is one yardstick for business success, the other is the above two questions. What is your company like to work for? That's the true measure of success. What's the good of being successful money-wise if all your workers think you're a lousy rat? There's got to be a balance in there somewhere. Work skills are important, but the attitude with which they're done is equally important. The general facets of a spiritually inspired workplace are a clear vision, a sense of destiny and positive direction of the company that's so strong people are willing to give their hearts to be a part of it. Seeking goodness in workers, customers, competitors, and life in general. Open communication in all directions. An open atmosphere where ideas are passed around and encouraged to be voiced. A commitment to help workers get ahead in their careers by providing education, promotions, etc. A good workplace atmosphere, a sense of fun at work, friendship, encouragement. Appreciating your workers by treating them well and paying them well. Respect for all. A sense that the players are creating a worthy product or service. Personal connections, compassion, and empathy for one another. A high-spirited sense of wanting to give it your all for the company. Proactive ways to get employees and managers talking and working together. Less trivial rules and regulations, more focus on results. Have good fringe benefits like a good lunchroom, free pop, birthday cake on birthdays, birthday presents for employees' children's birthdays, company picnic, etc. Have social functions and occasional treats and gifts for the workers. Show workers that you trust them. Don't look over their shoulders while they work unless they screw up really badly. Show you give a damn about the personal lives of workers' families by giving them time off for sick kids, etc., and holding family social functions where the whole family can come and mingle. Project the image that you care about your workers, customers, and the world. Do random acts of kindness for employees and customers. Encourage diversity by hiring gays, blacks, Mexicans, etc. Give workers shares in the company. Have policies that treat customers well. Identify yourself as a socially conscientious company through your literature, posters on the wall, etc. Draft up such a mission statement, then live by it. Develop a sense of community within the company and go out into the community to help out there. The more community ties you have, the more people like you and give you business. Identify what's good about your company and sell it. This will give your company a good vibe, make you accountable for your actions, and ultimately bring in more customers. Instead of being a boss, be a human being, a team player, motivator, and friend. By your actions day by day, earn the trust of your workers and customers. Give your employees free t-shirts, jackets, and baseball hats with the company logo on them. Organize an extracurricular activity like a bowling team/league, choir, card night, dance night, etc. Get a dog or cat for the company. You don't have to bring religion into the company, but it's okay to put a Bible on your desk, have a monthly lunch or picnic preceded by a prayer, etc. Every year at Thanksgiving, set up a breadline or barbecue on company property and invite the employees to come down, eat and help feed some poor people. Books about business spirit are at hashtag 658.314 or HD38 at the library. Avoid becoming a bureaucracy. Bureaucracies are run by one-dimensional people who are more interested in following rules and covering their butts than actually helping people and doing visionary things in the spiritual sense of the word. As a business owner, you minimize the bureaucratic shuffle approach to doing business, not helping or rejecting people by virtue of some rule or technicality, by hiring the right people up front, people who are empathetic to others, creative and free in their thinking such that they can come up with alternative solutions to problems, wise enough to live by a spiritual code rather than the code of rules and regulations which are just supposed to be a guide. When dealing with people, you have to teach your employees to always go with the spirit of the situation rather than follow the rules and regulations literally. All rules are made to be broken in the right situation. A monolithic, one-rule autocratic system is the kiss of death for both employee performance and customer satisfaction. You have to give the front-line employees some personal freedom in dealing with customers. They have to know enough about people to make a right, empathetic decision in the moment. In a word, you have to train your front-line employees to be creative in dealing with customer solutions rather than one-dimensional rigid. In the long run, it's better to try to treat 99% of your customers well. Some customers are rats, they deserve bad treatment, and give a few bad, undeserving customers a break rather than risk alienating good customers by trying to scrimp on customer service. There is always a small number of people who will try to cheat the company in one way or another. Even though you know they're cheating you, it's better to have a generous customer service policy and let these rats get one over on you than to try to be mean and lose good customers in the process. Do not abuse your customers. If you do, you will end up losing them. Follow the golden rule. Do unto people as you would want them do unto you. Don't assume customers are stupid, expendable people. Treat them with respect. Listen to them. Don't stall the customer or leave him waiting while you decide on how to get rid of him at the least possible cost to you. Give him a break up front quickly and forget about it. The longer you stall, the more he will feel you're trying to screw him. Try to create a great product up front rather than provide great maintenance. Maintenance means the product broke down. It wastes time. It causes headaches. When you do good in the community sense, people sense it and everybody wins. Even if you've treated a customer badly, all is not lost. Try to make it up to him in some way. Customers value time. Don't waste theirs. Do everything for them quickly. If you can think out of the box and go beyond the call of duty in helping your customers, they will remember and come back. Cooperation is much better than antagonism. Admit mistakes you make. Listen when customers and others criticize you. Ask your customers for solutions to their problems with you or your products. Have a suggestion box on your website. Most angry customers have a legitimate beef. You diffuse the situation by helping them. Put yourself in their shoes for a minute. Expect the unexpected. There will always be mess ups. Most customers are decent people. They don't want to complain because it's headache to them, but they feel they must. Don't assume everyone is like you. People have different beliefs and think differently. Don't have a recording with a bunch of different options on your customer service phone. Have a live human being answer it. Do not assume yourself to be superior to customers even when they screw up due to lack of knowledge, laziness, or ignorance. Try to educate them gently. Make the top people, managers, available if the customers want to speak to them. Be an educator. Run your company such that it has a good do-it-yourself section on your website with product specs and an FAQs area where you answer frequently asked questions. Impress people with how good and nice you are. Resist the urge to show anger or contempt at an irate customer. Calm down. Let someone else handle it if need be. Don't underestimate the wrath of disgruntled customers and employees. Treat them well to avoid this. If your company is big enough, appoint an independent ombudsman over and above your customer service office where customers can go if they feel they have not gotten a good deal from the company. They will investigate the complaint objectively. If you advertise a sale and run out of the product, offer rain check coupons so as not to disappoint the customers who have come in just for that particular thing. Some people travel a number of miles because they expect a sale, then when they get there and find out there are no sale products left, they begin to suspect that you are running a bait and switch scam, get the people in the door, say you ran out of the advertised products, then try to sell them something else. Ask customers for ideas and suggestions as to how you can run a better business to serve them better. Companies that stay on top of what customers want and what they are thinking about increase customer satisfaction and loyalty in them. Smart organizations always look for ways to serve their customers better. Books about bureaucracies are at #302.350 or #806 at the library. Employee empowerment. A happy workplace is a productive workplace. The workers are not the enemy. They're part of the company. If you want to know the secret of having a good workforce, it's to find people who are naturally like this or train them to give a damn about what they do for the sake of craftsmanship and for the sake of the company's reputation. Give them a stake in the company. This will give them pride in it. Make them feel good about what they do and proud of it, and you win. Have pride in yourself and in your company, treat your employees with pride and reasonably high expectations, pay them what they're worth, and you should have a pretty good run. Employee empowerment is a simple concept. Rather than go in with the attitude of us against them, management versus workers, go on with an attitude that we're all working together for a common goal, and prove it by respecting and appreciating them through action. Care about them and give them hope that they will prosper with you, or at least act like it. People want to be understood, so talk to them now and then. Be empathetic. Relate to their pain. Help people learn, advance and move up in life. Have fun. Be positive. Create a good atmosphere. A relaxed but diligent workplace full of enthusiasm is better than driving them hard, causing stress and animosity. Have some employee bonus or ownership program like ESOPs discussed elsewhere. Bring the employees in on the decision-making process. Tell them what's going on. Bring them in to sit on boards and set up quality improvement teams, sometimes called Total Quality Management/TQM, which is a process whereby groups made up of employees, managers, and others discuss various aspects of the business and propose improvements. The more you get employees involved in the decision-making process of the business, the happier and more productive they will be. Some bosses do things for employees like take them out to lunch either one at a time, in small groups, or the entire office, have parties for workers and their families, and give them gifts occasionally, generally feel-good gifts like a box of chocolates, a CD of good music, a video of a good movie, etc. Encourage pride in the company and pride in the job. Tell the workers exactly what you want and why. Celebrate the successes as a company. Be happy, but always strive to be as good or better than your previous best. Connect with your workers' family and the community they live in. Use the propaganda of past successes to keep the troops rallied. It sounds corny, but it works to keep photos of old past victories on the front wall. Give $50 birthday bonuses plus a birthday cake or a lunch with the boss. Go easy on the dress codes. Give people a break when they're having a tough day. Decorate a bit at Christmas, Easter, and Halloween. Have an Employee of the Month award or give praise now and then. Show the workers you appreciate what they do by giving them rewards. Be a kind, gentle boss. Create an attitude of gratitude. Be thankful for your life and show it. Rather than a workplace, try for a family atmosphere. Try to incorporate your families into work by having social events for the workers together. Don't take yourself too seriously. Show that you can laugh at yourself. You don't just work together. You spend your lives together, so make an emotional connection with the workers and treat the workplace like a community of like-minded souls. Give the employees free t-shirts and baseball caps with the company logo on them. Be an inspiration. Offer your cottage to some employees on weekends and during the summer. Try #658.31 or HF5549 at the library. en.wikipedia.org/wiki/autonomous_work_group. Simplicity in business. The greatest wealth is to live content with little, for there is never want where the mind is satisfied. Lucretius. There must be more to life than all the stuff I own. Unhappy rich guy. Everyone says that my way of life is the way of a simpleton. Being largely the way of a simpleton is what makes it worthwhile. If it were not the way of a simpleton, it would long ago have been worthless. These possessions of a simpleton being the three I choose and cherish. To care. To be fair. To be humble. When a man cares he is unafraid. When he is fair he leaves enough for others. When he is humble he can grow. Whereas if, like men of today, he be bold without caring, self-indulgent without sharing, self-important without shame, he is dead. The invincible shield of caring is a weapon from the sky against being dead. Lao Tzu, Tao Te Ching. Our life is frittered away by detail. Simplify, simplify. Henry David Thoreau. You're in business to make money but also to live a high quality of life. Your business is good to the extent that it keeps you inspired, bad when it gets to the point of stress. The bottom line is doing something worthy with your life while earning a living for yourself. Many people run small businesses that could easily expand but they don't want it. They're happy with a moderate amount of work to keep them busy but not enough such that overwhelms them and cuts into a good, diverse quality of life. You don't have to make your business smaller to simplify it, just be smarter about it. Find ways to accomplish the same amount of production by doing less. Think it through. Reduce bureaucratic mumbo-jumbo. Keep the business to the core of essential tasks. Cut out all the questionable, ambiguous, make-work tasks. Work smarter not harder. When you clarify exactly what it is that you must do, you can focus on that and eliminate all the clutter around it. Plan things out. Simply look for a simpler way to conduct your production and business practices. You can usually find shortcuts in the production phase like putting related machines closer to one another. In certain business like bike sales or deli foods, you don't have to open at 9 o'clock in the morning. Open at 11 and close an hour later. You will probably take the same amount of money in while saving an hour of your life day by day. Use common sense to keep things simple. Get everything in order and keep it that way. In a lot of production lines, the workers purposely stretch things out to make the job last the shift. If you encourage more speed and intensity in order to get the job done under the authority of the supervisor without sacrificing quality, let the guys go 15 minutes early most days. A quicker pace of work up to a certain point keeps people more inspired and interested in their work, therefore it's better quality. Large corporations seem to like to complexify things. Eliminate all the crap, all the people with jobs that don't really have much to do with the actual production. Minimize bureaucracy. Your goals and objectives must be clear and simple. Centralize all the important stuff in one area so everybody knows to go there and it doesn't leave room for different departments working on their own, often duplicating work already done. The old saying too many cooks spoil the broth applies in business. Sometimes, too many chiefs is counterproductive. Get rid of some of them. Focus more on teamwork. Too much technology can be counterproductive. If you have a cell phone, you can be interrupted at any time, thus distracting you from your main work. Train people right, give them the proper tools and workplace so they can do the job without hassles in comfort. Provide information about the company that the workers can access easily will save a lot of hassles and leave them without the ignorance excuse. Ask your workers for ways to simplify the work process. True simplicity means more trust and personable relations among management and staff. Focus on what you do. Eliminate the clutter. If you're in a situation where you need an expert, hire him rather than do the job, screw it up and waste time later undoing it. The closer you operate to human nature as opposed to bureaucracy, the better the company will be. The more comfortable and happy the workplace is, generally the more productive the workers are. If you have them all stressed out, they won't be productive. Don't stress your workers. It's counterproductive. Give them enough work to keep them stimulated but not so much that they laugh cynically, no it can't be done, then just play along at work. Keep lines of communication open in all levels of the workforce. Listen to people when they talk to you. They might have some great ideas. Identify things that waste time like stupid meetings and eliminate them. A 5-minute talk at the end of the shift could be more productive than an hour-long sit-down meeting. Try hashtag 158.1, number 332 or hashtag 646.7 or BJ1581 or HG179 at the library for books about how to simplify your life financially. Try number 658 for business books. Adbusters.org. Forbes.com/ASAP. Life.ca/subject/simplicity.html. Newdream.org, tries to teach about living a less consumeristic, pop culture lifestyle. Newsociety.com. Realsimple.com. Simpleway.com. Simpleliving.com, 800-318-5725. Simpleliving.net. Simplerwork.com. Simpleway.com. Simplicity.com. Corporate culture/organizational culture. Corporate culture is the norms and shared values within a firm. Less autocratic leadership, more teamwork and openness. If you don't respect your workers or customers, what do you expect? Corporate culture is the attitude with which you choose to travel, in essence, how you treat your customers and employees, the vibe of the place and your overall way of operating. To me, corporate culture is trying to create a workplace where the people dig hanging out there but it's not be frivolous and do nothing, even though there is some of that there, but it's more like a team working together for a common goal. Having said that, my idea of corporate culture is a piece I saw on TV about Google.com with a bunch of young, idealistic, and slightly frivolous people enjoying their work, but this type of atmosphere is not possible everywhere. Designing a huge website, which is what Google is not exactly like making a car. If you make a mistake, you just go back and change some text, but if you make a mistake in building a car, you could kill somebody, so there has to be a more serious, intense attitude at a car plant. You can still be sociable and work as a team, but it's serious work and you can't be casual about it. Every company has its own atmosphere. The big gimmick of the moment is the supposed fun and energy some of these e-commerce companies have with all their young employees, but there is the same tension there as anywhere among some of the people and the same competition to get promoted, make the most sales, find the biggest innovation, etc. I believe the concept of creating a teamwork, sociable, friendly corporate culture is good, but you need some semblance of an autocracy rule too. People need a sense of order, of structure, it's that simple. I don't blame people per se. They want the same thing they were educated by all their lives, a clear, straight agenda with clear times for the workday, clear tasks they have to do, etc. Not all of us are bohemian creative geniuses who work according to our own sense of intrinsic motivation. A lot of people are sheep by conditioning. You have to set standards, parameters, and rules on them. They work better that way, with everything written down for them. So my point is, don't go nuts on all this new propaganda you see out there where they're talking about the great corporate culture at Internet Company X. We don't really know what's going on in there. Take a middle ground approach. Be democratic, promote teamwork and the freedom to offer ideas into the mix, but at the same time have a specific goal and a defined work ethic. People need a solid base from which to operate. If you leave it in their hands, chances are they won't do it the way you want it. Sometimes you have to put pressure on people. A bunch of creative geniuses working on a software program can easily get lax after 6 months on the job with no end in sight. You need a motivator and taskmaster there to ask them how they're coming along and having a sense of urgency such that they're always on the ball. Based on everything I've read about the concept, it's not just about the casual atmosphere of the place, it's a deeper kind of integrity, how you see the world, what your vision is for the future of the planet, how you truly regard people and want to serve them, how much is your motivation geared towards profits versus social consciousness. Corporate culture is the term used to denote a company's aspiration to unite itself with both customers and its workers, usually via website because that's the simplest way to go, as a community of shared knowledge between all three of these entities. Offer customers and workers information and knowledge about your subject area that they can use. Have chat rooms and news groups where they can interact with one another. Ask both workers and customers for feedback and new ideas on whatever it is that you do. If you ever try to change something about your corporate culture, you will always alienate somebody, either the old-timers or the young ones, so be careful about what you do. Institute changes gradually. The old-timers will always be resistant to change, at least at the beginning. In general, the salient points of the so-called new, progressive, happen in corporate culture are as follows. The team have an agenda which is usually a short-term project which they're obsessed with and work at in a variety of unconventional ways, like pulling all-nighters, which is accepted because it's all about the end product. The problem with this is that many businesses are simply constant production and sales, not uniting to create a new piece of software, and that's it. The means don't matter. It's all about results. It's not about 9 to 5, wearing a suit. If you eat pizzas and work all night, who cares as long as you do the job? It's about the team project, not individual grandstanding. Everybody shares all manner of information and knowledge, often in the form of emails, but the problem with this could be information overload. There is a kind of friendship and easy atmosphere among the team players, unlike the usual formal atmosphere in a traditional hierarchical business. They're technology zealots, up on the latest technology and using it. Think of a community of shared technology and management in doing something. Define your corporate culture by going through the following questions. How do you define company success? What is the company most proud of? What are the company's long-range goals? What is it doing to achieve these goals? Does it tell the employees and the public where it's going? What type of people are the company role models? Why? What are the company's greatest strengths and greatest weaknesses? What is the company's attitude toward educating employees to better themselves in all aspects of life? How do you keep current with technology and education? Is it a leading company in the field? What motivates the people in the company, making money or doing a job well? Do you offer outside activities for the employees, usually social, but some educational and fitness-oriented? What are our strengths and weaknesses? How do we deal with them? If you were a competing company, how would you feel about this company? Is this company big on office politics, or are you more straight ahead, do a good job and mind your own business? Where do we get our inspiration from, if anywhere? Is this company a team company, or are you all scattered loners plotting for yourselves? Would this company deserve a spread about how great it is in Forbes magazine, or would it be an example of a mundane neutral co? Or a loser company? Do you feel comfortable being associated with the company? What do coworkers say? What does this company want to be doing in 5 years? In 10 years? What is the company's supervisory style, teamwork versus carry a big stick? Is the company fair with employees? Does the company listen to employees, criticism from the press, customers, etc.? How does the company view its competition? Do you try to learn rather than just hate them? How does the company communicate important information to its employees? Are the company's salaries and benefits good compared with similar companies? What about working conditions and stress level? How much encouragement and opportunity is there for promotions? What is the company's attitude toward minorities and women, both on the surface and quietly, beneath the radar? What kinds of attitudes does the company encourage? Family values, get rich, help people, screw the government, etc. What is the company's turnover ratio? Do people stay or quit? What is the company's reputation? How does the company see itself? How realistic are our goals? What about quiet, implicit racism against women and minorities? Another type of corporate culture is technology corporate culture. You upgrade everything in the business with the latest technology. All the office workers send emails, have video conferences, have PDAs, etc. People feel good when they have all the latest technology gadgets at work. Corporate culture websites. Try hashtag 658.40 or HD59 at the library. GreatPLACitoWork.com, helping companies improve corporate performance and raise the quality of work life for their employees. HBDG.com, Henriksen Butler, creating great places to work. hr.umich.edu/greatplaces/y.html, building great places to work. shrm.org/hrmagazine/article/0706/0706 cover.asp, workers tell you in their own words about the remarkable people and places where they work. GreatPLACitoWork.at. GreatPLACitoWork.ca, best workplaces lists. GreatPLACitoWork.co.uk, best workplaces lists. GreatPLACitoWork.com, helping companies improve corporate performance and raise the quality of work life for their employees. GreatPLACitoWork.com.mx. GreatPLACitoWork.de. GreatPLACitoWork.fi. GreatPLACitoWork.ie. GreatPLACitoWork.it. GreatPLACitoWork.jp. GreatPLACitoWork.nl. GreatPLACitoWorkEurope.com. GreatPLACitoWork.fr. GreatPLACitoWork.pt. 1000ventures.com/business_guide/crosscutting/culture_corporate.html. aacsb.edu/publications/archive/novdec04/p16-21.pdf, corporate counterculture. adlink.net/careers/corporate_culture/index.php. aig.com/careers/corporate_culture.html. altculture.com, see what the young people are into. altera.com/corporate/job/culture/emp-culture.html. auxiliaryalium.com/culture.shtml. careerjournal.com/jobhunting/jungle corporate culture. cc-plc.com, a communications business that focuses on brand reputation, corporate responsibility, employee communications, and graphic design. ccs.is, corporate culture and spirituality. changethis.com. Kopelanish.com, a growth-oriented business culture. corporateculture.co.uk. corporateculture.com.au. corporateculture.info. corporatecultures.com. culture.com. culture.com. culturebuilders.com. culture.tcom.com. cultureworld.com. derbigman.de/corporate-culture.html. duncanworldwide.com, does corporate culture surveys for hire. en.wikipedia.org/wiki/organizational_culture. ezinarticles.com/question mark small-corporate-culture&ID =$235,307. factmonster.com/ipd/0388666.html, definition of corporate culture. google.com/corporate/culture.html, corporate culture of Google. gore.com/n_xx/about-us/culture. greatgame.com, changing the world with the ideal corporation. icca.org, computer consultants. itaa.org, Information Technology Association. itwiley.com/wileycda/wiley title/product CD-0471645397.html, tackles the question of how to create a corporate culture. leading ERPEOP litosuccess.com. lifeworktransitions.com/monster/corcul.html, mindcomet.com/company/culture.php, omnitour.com/careers/culture, web analytics and online business optimization, organizationalculturecenter.com, pritchettnet.com/competencies/corporate-culture.asp, Pritchett Corporate Culture, questia.com/popular-c-arches/corporate_culture.jsp, quintycareers.com/employer_corporate_culture.html, shl.com, a broad range of staff assessment solutions including ability testing, candidate selection, psychometric and personality tests, employee development. singerpubs.com/ethico/html/corporateculture.html, slosize.com, the Schweiger-Larky Organizational Culture Index, cisco.com/careers/careers_culture.html, technoworthy.com/tags/corporate culture, thinkingmanagers.com/business-management/corporate-culture.php, trainingideas.com/corporate-culture.html, wallingfordcapital.com/corpculture.htm.